Continuing on with Gamesmaster magazine from August of 1999, we're now on the Out Now section. So this is basically the readers reviewing the games that they own and play, and then having that review published in the gaming magazine that they read. Okay, fair enough. At least it filled in some of the pages. You've heard of a ponytail, right? Well, quite an interesting subject. The biggest games, the best opinions. Here's the place where you, the GM readers, have your say about what's out now. Fancy grappling a half pint in the back of your high performance car and taking him for a spin? Okay. Then this is the page just for the thing for you sicko fantasies as Legend of Zelda, WF Warzone and Gran Turismo all get dragged through the shredder that is reviewing. So send us your reviews. And the reviewer was a girl called Charlie Fergus. Nice smile. Legends of Zelda, gaming masterpiece, out now. Format N64, price $49.99. It's actually quite cheap for a game like that, actually. From Nintendo, GM verdict 96%, which is basically perfection. Although I was more of a fan of Majora's Mask. When Zelda first came out on the SNES, almost everyone loved it and devoted their leisure time to completing it. However, when the sequel came out on the N64, everyone went mad. People were talking about it for months on end. Children wanted it for their birthday and Christmas. Even grown-ups went crazy and rushed out to buy it. A lot of the games magazine were raving about it too, just as I am raving about it now. All the graphics are excellent and the sound is so good you can even hear the enemy breathes and footsteps as they approach. I also like the way Link grew up 7 years older in the middle of the game. For some it was an emotional experience, while for others it was just a game. As Link progresses towards the end, the enemy becomes harder. Oh, I've got to sneeze. As I was saying. However, Link also develops more skills too. This explains why, at the beginning of the game, some of the enemies are harder to defeat, rather than others that you meet later on. One extremely risky person of you is actually call her a person, of course, is Nevi, the fairy. She's continuously pesters Link wherever he is in the middle of doing something, and gives him annoying and sometimes unnecessary information throughout the game. Out of 10, I guess I'd give it this one full whack. I loved it so much that I'm currently disputing my parents and playing the whole thing again. And I can tell you, it just seems to get better every time. Disturbing my parents. I'll be honest, that doesn't sound too bad for a review from a younger person. I mean, yeah, I don't know what that person's gone and done. Probably the CEO of Future Publishing. No, that would be not a bad thing. This anoronic creature, fresh from my stay at the local health farm, is typical of the example of the nasty's outish kebab link into Zelda 64, which of course was the running title of Zelda Majora's Mask, Ocarina of Time. Link fumbles around in his pockets trying to locate the right tool for the job, and boy, he's got some big pockets in those tights. A head case, huh? Brings needs as well as drawn for this one. Okay. An incredible array of massive environments await this little chap. Jumping abilities, Gamesmaster said, unlimited, every bit as good as we hoped for. The N64's first RPG is yet another Miyamoto gaming classic. That's actually not a bad sounding review of The Legend of Zelda. I personally didn't do anything like that. I actually did have one of my letters published in a Gamesmaster magazine, although I'm not telling which one yet, but I've got one that's very close to my heart, a very sentimental one. But apart from that, that's the section number 1 done of the review from the readers. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.